and she lived in a house. And she, like, by her house she had a tree, and there was this fox, and there were these birds, and she really liked all of these things that were near her house. But the thing that she liked most of all was the waterfall right outside of her house. And so the waterfall poured down, and there was this river, and it flowed by her house, and she had a really happy life there. She did her work, she visited her friends, but she always came home to her fox, to her tree, to her birds, and to her river, and this was her life. So she tended to her trees, she sometimes swam in the river, but sometimes, and something that made her sad, was on certain days there was no water. And the cliff face that was near the waterfall went up, it was just dry and there was no water falling over the top. But this is something that she knew, this is something that she accepted, and that was just part of her life. And the next day there would be water and things would be better. But one day she thought, why is that? Why is there sometimes water and not water? So on one day, when the waterfall was gone, she decided, I'm going to find out for myself. So she started to climb the cliff. And the foxes and the birds were looking at her, and she went higher than the fox, and then she went higher than the tree. And then she found the nest where the birds are, and she went higher than the birds themselves, and she made it all the way to the top. And she was shocked. Because what did she see? The water was still there at the top. The river was still flowing at the top of the cliff. Why wasn't it going down to form the waterfall to see her? And she walked to the end of the cliff, and she saw that the water was not going down, the water was going up. The water was going up and all the way up into the sky, and it formed this giant cloud at the top. And then this cloud was taken by the wind, it was making rain. And then it went and it rained grass in these other different lands, and it rained, and it rained over fires that were over forests, and it brought the forest back to, it stopped the forest fires in different forests. It even rained in cities where they didn't really want the rain, but it was there anyway. I just thought, wow, okay, maybe that's all right. And so it was raining still. And she started climbing back down, and she went past the birds. And then she was climbing down to the part, she reached the tree, and then she went down and she saw her fox again. And she went, right back down to the land. And she waited there in the rain, and there wasn't any water that was coming down, but she thought, wow, this rain is going to all these other places and watering the fields and saving forests from forest fires. And maybe that was okay, and tomorrow there's going to be my water again. And I'll have my river. And I'll have my spot by the house. And so she enjoyed whenever she had her waterfall. It was something beautiful. And of course there were days when there wasn't the water, but she understood why. And she understood who was benefiting from that, and that she had to share, and maybe not everything could be hers all the time. And that was okay. She fixed up her house, she cleaned, the rain went where it went, and she smiled. Because it was okay.
Ben, nice.